Welcome back to this episode of Fat Cloud TV, brought to you by Vaping. In this episode, I'll be taking a quick look and giving you a quick review of the new YiHi SXmini SL Class and letting you know how to score one. Like said in the introduction, I'll be taking a quick look and giving you guys a quick review and giving you my impressions of the new SXmini SL Class by YiHi. This is powered by the new forgot the chip name, the SX45J chipset. What's different about this specific device is that it can actually house a 2700 and 21700 battery in comparison to their last device, which can only house a 18650. Now here's a quick look of it, really quickly. This is the black and the carbon fiber and silver, sorry. There's a bunch of different colors available, of course. What's neat about it, it kind of, I'm not going to give you too much, but it does use that joystick, like all the other new YiHi devices. Like I said, it handles it houses the bigger batteries, which is always a good thing. And it was something that a lot of people wanted back then. So in this newer device, they definitely implemented a lot of things that people wanted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive down real quick and show you guys this device up close, show you the screen, show you the box, show you what it comes with, all that good stuff. Come back, give you my final thoughts about this device, and let you know how you could score, so stay tuned. So here is the packaging for the SXmini SL Class by YiHi. This is standard packaging, nothing crazy. You basically slide off. It has like a protective cover. Once you open the box, you have your device in here, USB cable, and all that stuff. Nothing like out of the ordinary. You got your user manual and whatnot in here. That's basically it. It it's like it says gift box and bag. Honestly, I don't think it really comes with a bag. I know sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but anyway. The star that shows the actual device. As you see, it has kind of like a tubular design at the end. The back. And it's definitely unique in just by its form factor. Now, it does come with an 18650 battery adapter that comes like it's already inside when you buy it. So this is if you wanted to use 18650 batteries, but honestly, what's the point of that really? But you have that option if you wanted to. So as you can see here, like I said, it has that tubular shape. So when you're holding it in your hand, it kind of feels a little bit like a tube mod because of the design in the back. So it's very, very comfortable. There's no real super sharp edges. Maybe the battery cap could be smoothed a little bit, but it's nothing like, it's not gonna rip your fingers, and it's not like sharp. It just, you can feel it obviously because it has some knurling or design here. On the side, it does say SL Class. It's a very high-end-ish looking device. Definitely has that very gorgeous kind of design and quality that YiHi is known for. Like if you've had other YiHi products, you know their quality is definitely top notch in most of the products they've released. So, but like I said, it takes a 21700 or a 2700 battery. It is a threaded battery cap, so it's pretty easy to take your batteries in and out. It does have a fair amount of threading in there. The threading is pretty good, but once you have a battery in there, it's kind of not difficult to kind of thread, but you'll see what I'm talking about. It's kind of a little crunchy, you can say. It does have a negative there, so it has an indication of your batteries. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a battery in here really quickly. So sorry about that. So remember, anyway, with your batteries, man, always keep them in cases. It's really important. Something I also want to mention, I'm not sure, I think it's this battery that doesn't really fit. Yeah, the YiHi 21700 battery, the S35. I know a lot of other people have not necessarily complained, but spoke about this battery, how it is thicker than other 21700 batteries. But this battery, you know, it's pretty easy to get, so a lot of people like them because they're, like I said, they're easy to get. They're not like super expensive, but I always recommend, you know, to get whenever you can, like authentic. Like this is a Samsung 30T. To always, to always get, you know, like Sony, LG, stuff like that, batteries. So anyway, this one has no problem whatsoever going in. As you see, fits in, no problem. Comes out, no problem. So once you go ahead and slide your battery in, you do have to push the battery cap in just a little bit to get it like started. And you see the threading, you can hear it. I don't know if you hear it. You see it's like crunchy a little bit. I don't know. It's only when the battery's in. I'm not sure why. But once you have it on, I mean not on, once you have your batteries in, 5 clicks on to 5 clicks to turn it on. But before I do that, I want to show you that up here, you can actually fit an atomizer up to 28 millimeters of diameter. Now luckily I do have a 28 millimeter tank. This is the Fertility by QP Designs. I'll go ahead and screw this on just to show you. I see there's literally no overhang. Now this is like a gigantic setup, man. This is like huge. This makes this mod even heavier than it really is. But yeah, just to show you, there's no overhang at all. So anything 28 and under will look fine. 30s, there is a little bit of hangover. So if you have some OCD, you're not gonna like it. But you know, just something worth mentioning. I think that's a big pro, definitely. That it can fit such a large atomizer. So I'm going to quickly show you the screen. Like I said, 5 clicks to turn it on. So I'm not sure if the screen itself is too bright, but maybe I want to make sure it's able to get the screen. So if you're not familiar with the YiHi board or chipset, definitely recommend maybe looking at some other videos or something like that, because I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it's not like difficult, but it does take some time to get used to. So 3 clicks will lock it, 3 clicks will unlock it, and then let's just make sure. So you have your wattage, you have your resistance, your output voltage, the mode you're in, and also the brightness of your screen. If you hold it, and then you have your battery bar here. If you hold it to the this is the left. If you hold it all the way to the left, you'll go into novice mode. And basically, what novice mode is it just turns it into a basic wattage device. And honestly speaking, this is what I've been using it in since I don't really vape temperature control like that. If you hold it back, it takes it back. If you click the center, you can swap through the different modes such as TC and whatnot. You see it's closed red. So, let me go back to wattage here. There you go. Now, if you hold it to the right, so when you do push it over to the right, you change the different modes you're in, basically different settings for different wattages or whatever. Now, if you hold down the joystick, you should be going into bypass mode. Yes, it is. If you hold it back, it'll go back to wattage mode. Now, if you wanted to adjust the wattage, you click it in, and then you could press up and down on the joystick to go up and down the wattage. As you see, it's a maximum of 100 watts. Is it already scrolled up yet? No. Just to show you, it is 100 watts maximum. You go to the top, and boom. Now, I do want to mention there is like Powerful Plus, Powerful, Eco mode, like the SXQ, which is basically like a curve mode. You have normal, soft. So Powerful Plus is kind of like a preheat, if you want to call it that. You do have temperature control for like nickel, stainless steel, titanium wires. I recommend stainless steel wire for temperature control. I have vaped with this chipset in a different device. In TC mode in stainless steel, and it works perfectly fine. But yeah, that's a quick overview of the actual chip. And just to show you, 5 clicks will take you to this menu, and to turn it off, just click on it and bye-bye. So yeah, like I said, that's just a quick rundown. Like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into the actual chipset. It is something that you need some time. You need to take some time to really get to know and learn about it. And as you get used to it and vape with it more often, it kind of comes like secondhand. That's for any device and any chipset, really. Of course, there are some that are simpler than others, and this one is definitely not one of the simpler ones. Definitely will take some time. But anyway, I showed you the device up close. You have that carbon fiber wrap. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to it. Like I said, the design is real nice. I showed you it, so now I'm going to go back up top, vape with it a little bit, and let you know my final thoughts. Now we're back up top with the YiHi SXmini SL Class. A little bit of a tongue twister there with the name, but I have the Dead Rabbit RTA sitting on top with a 0.19 ohm fuse clapped in here. I have it set at 65.5 watts in Powerful Plus mode, and let's give it a vape. I have some Jam Monster Raspberry in here, by the way. It's a pretty good addition to the Jam Monster line. It kind of reminds me of the strawberry a little bit. And if you like the strawberry one, you'll probably like the raspberry one. And that's a quick little thing, I guess, about Jam Monster strawberry. It's a good juice. My favorite is still strawberry, but I think it's definitely one of the better ones, in my opinion. But anyway, this video is not about that. It's about this device. Like I said in the beginning and ending up close, this device is super comfortable to hold. Like, it's really, really comfortable. That kind of like tube shape in the back just makes it, it just gives it that extra comfort. It's hard to explain unless you like really hold one and vape with it for a little bit. Now, I'm going to go over a few pros and cons, but first let me take a vape. That's kind of weird with the airflow that sound was making, but anyway. The pros is definitely the chipset. The chipset is it's a good chipset. Now, like I said before, it will take some time to really get used to. This is not something you'll just pick up and be ready to use it. Now, I'm not saying it's really hard or difficult to use it. I will say the DNA 75C or 250C is a bit more user-friendly than this one. But it's not like terrible. Is it my favorite chipset? No. My favorite chipset, like I've said in some previous videos, is anything from DNA. I'm just like a DNA fanboy. I just prefer it. I prefer the vape experience from it. I like the customization. But honestly, I think YiHi did a wonderful job with this chipset. Now, the thing is, a lot of people may not like that whole joystick thing. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time to get used to. I'm still getting used to it, honestly, after using it for a couple weeks. So definitely, take your time with it and really mess with it. Really, that's how you're going to learn how to use it, right? It's just vaping with it over time and learning different things. I mean, of course, you can watch other videos or read other reviews. Or the user manual, for example, you could go over and kind of get some more insight on how to use it. I'm not, I wouldn't say that's a pro or a con. It's just something to mention. Now, the quality of this device is definitely A+. The quality is very good, and you expect it from a YiHi device. It's very well machined. The only thing I have was the crunchy threads, but that's more into the cons. But the overall quality is very, very good. Like, for the finish, it's just really nice. The screen is nice and vibrant. You could turn it up really, really bright. And the fire button is nice and clicky. I don't know if you can hear that. But it is nice and clicky. The joystick is the joystick. It can fit 28mm atomizers. Now, that's not something you can say with a lot of single battery devices. A lot of single battery devices usually house like 24, 25mm at max. So being able to fit a 28mm tech, such as the Fertility by QP Designs, that's like definitely a big pro. I know a lot of people like their bigger atomizers. Me personally, I tend to vape with smaller atomizers 22, 24 is kind of my speed, sometimes 25, but a lot of my devices I own are around that size. So for me, you know, if I'm using a small atomizer, I'll definitely use like a beauty ring or something. Because if you put like a 22 on here, it really looks funky because of how, you know, wide the top is. There's no sharp edges at all. I mean, like literally none at all. You know, there's a lot of different color options available. Now let's get into the cons a little bit. Oh, one last thing I want to mention with the Pro, sorry about that, is the TC vape experience is very, very good. It's definitely comparable to the TC experience you get from a DNA device. I've never experienced a dry hit. It always feels consistent. It feels like what you set it to temperature-wise. So that's definitely another huge pro. And that's what a lot of YiHi devices, their TC experience is very good. So on to pros, but let me take a quick vape first. Yeah, man, that Gem Monster Raspberry is pretty good. So I meant pros, I meant cons, sorry about that. The threading on the battery cap. It's only when you have a battery in it, it gets kind of crunchy. Not really sure why that's the case, but yeah, that's the thing. Maybe the board with the joystick, it could be like a subjective thing if you don't like that. But like I said, it's not like, I wouldn't say this is for the beginner. Definitely not for the beginner. I would say this is more for the advanced user who wants to get into like TC and really fine tune their vape, stuff like that. Because you can adjust the TCR values on the fly by going into the main menu with 5 clicks. I mean, I think that's it. Maybe your smaller atomizers don't look that good. 22 millimeters. It kind of looks funky, honestly. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's not going to look the best. Like 25 looks great. There's no like kind of like, it doesn't look bad. I mean, of course, it's some like, not gappage, but like some of the top showing. But honestly, it's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, that's it. It's really hard to find cons with this device. I think it's very, it's definitely a classy device. It looks classy. It feels good in hand. It vapes great. It definitely feels like it'll pump out 100 watts with a good 21700 battery, like the Samsung 30T I have in here. I wouldn't necessarily recommend to vape at 100 watts all the time with a device like this. You're just going to run through battery life like crazy, man, if you're going to do that. So definitely, if you're in the 50 to 60 watt range, you could get some pretty good battery life, especially with like a 40T by Samsung. You'll probably get a pretty decent battery life for like half a day, depending on how much you're vaping. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it with the cons. For the like, who I would recommend this to is probably like vapors who are experienced, definitely, who enjoy TC vaping or just like want a quality device. Definitely something to look into. Single 21700 or 2700. There's not, I mean, there's more coming to the market, but there's none that kind of have like the newest YiHi chipset inside. So this is one of them. But yeah, anybody who's really looking for a high-end-ish, high-quality device that'll provide a very, very good vape experience, you don't mind the higher price point, definitely I recommend this is something to check out for sure. Because it just, honestly, it just vapes good. It feels good in hand. It has some weight to it. It's just like I said, it's really hard to complain about this device. It's not much. So anyway, I gave you my thoughts on the device, and I'm going to take one more vape and let you know how you can score one. Now, just like with any of our previous contests / giveaways, the giveaway is going to be hosted on the Vaping Cheat page. I will leave a link in the description of where you could enter. There are various entry methods available, so feel free to enter whichever one you want to enter with. There are daily entry methods available, so if you want to come back and enter for your chance to win, by all means come back. So I do want to say, excuse me, this giveaway is sponsored by Fire Vapor. They'll be the ones giving away the device or from this contest. But there's not just only, I'll go over the winners. There's a total of 4 winners, but the top 2 winners are going to get one device here. Now the last two winners, winners 3 and 4 of this contest, will actually win free e-juice for 1 year. Yes, free e-juice for 1 year. So we have the top 2 winners will get the YiHi device, the SL Class, the one like this. And then the other 2 winners will get free e-juice for 1 year. Full details will be on the Vaping Cheap website of what exactly is being given away with the free e-juice and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description, or you can just head over to the Vaping Cheap website. You see the giveaways tab at the top. Simply click on that, and you'll see the Fire Vapor giveaway. And yeah, it'll give you all the information there that you need to know, how to enter, all that good stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, man, this YiHi SL Class is just a really nice device, and I think anybody who purchases one will definitely enjoy using it. It's been a joy to use for me. I just like everything about it. And honestly, I'm not the biggest YiHi chipset fan, but man, this SL Class is just really, really nice. So anyway, thanks for watching Fat Cloud TV, brought to you by Vaping Cheap. With all that being said, keep it cloudy.
Yeah.